Hi, this is Amrita Sukumar, and I'm bringing to you this podcast called Unsettling. Look around you. Everyone is trying to create their own story. Make a tiny change in someone's life by just following their passion and in turn, inspiring the others to follow suit. This podcast brings to you stories of people who have defied the definition of settled set by the society and have created their own. They have found happiness in their version of settled. What is yours? We live in a country where the language changes every few kilometers and with it comes a new cultural flavor. Most of us are bilingual. Our next guest in Unsettler expanded her horizons by learning numerous European languages. She is a professor and also a freelance Japanese language translator. To know more about her and her passion, please help me welcome Himalee Adhav. Is it correct? Did I pronounce your surname correct?
Adhav.
Adhav. Thank God. I need to learn pronunciations of my own language first and then other languages. Hi Himalee, how are you? Hi Himalee, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Happy to be here
I'm
and
so glad.
excited. Yeah.
I'm so glad to have you here as well. And I'm sure that this is going to be the most interesting conversation because Japanese is a language that I absolutely know nothing about. So, how did you develop interest in learning new languages?
I just love learning different languages. Maybe it is because I like to find out connections between different words. For example, if there's this awesome example that you have that is pineapple. So in our language, in Marathi it is called ananas. Okay. In German also it is called ananas.
It's called ananas, correct.
Yeah, and in many languages it is actually called something similar to ananas.
Oh, so you're finding the connections, finding the similarities. I went for this Pune film festival, and there was a Korean film festival actually in Pune, if you know.
Yeah, I was there. I'm always
So you
there
were
at all
there?
these festivals. Yeah.
Oh my God, such a small world. Huh? I was there, and
Yeah.
so I know a bit of South languages. I'm a Malayali,
South
but
Korean.
I understand
Oh,
Tamil.
okay, South languages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I understand Telugu and I understand Tamil, even though I can't speak. So I found that the Korean language is similar to Tamil. Exactly. So I was
Yeah.
so mind blown after a certain period of time. If I hear this language for a little more while, then I'm just definitely start talking in that language.
There are many similarities between all of these, like not just Asian countries but European countries as well. But this is something which my grandmother used to say. She used to say that all of these people, like we eat rice, right? Rice is quite common throughout Asia. So rice eating people will be similar in the end. Is what she used to say to me.
I think that is true, huh? That is quite possible because since it's a staple food, maybe the origin was the same somewhere. Somewhere the origin might have been the same. You had mentioned that you learned a lot of languages. So you know Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, German, and then you finally zeroed in on Japanese and stuck to it. So what is the story behind that?
I was I love all of these languages that I've learned, but I was floundering around a bit. I was a bit confused that which one should I actually, take. I dated German, I dated Spanish, and I wanted to try something else.
Okay.
So I've been watching anime, which is Japanese animation, which is world famous
Yes.
from my childhood. So I felt that the time had come for Japanese. So I applied at the Foreign Languages Department in Pune University. And Japanese stuck. Like I was graduating at the same time. It was my last year in college. When I had taken up Japanese. So I used to study that, obviously. Like I did graduate with distinction, but my heart was somewhere else. That was Japanese.
Okay.
So it was a bit difficult to convince my parents that I'm going to take a language after computer science and continue in a language.
I know it must have been really difficult to convince, but then how did they finally come around?
Yeah, so as usual, like my elder sister, she stepped in
Okay.
and like she was like, let her try, let's see what she does.
Okay.
And well, begrudgingly my parents were like, let's see. And well, I won a couple of contests, like the speech
Okay.
contest, which is a quite prestigious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I aced all my years at the university.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no, not the first one, because at that time I came the fourth, I think.
Okay.
But uh, all the remaining 3 years, I was the first, like in the course.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, then I went to Japan for a 1 year course.
Okay.
And like even before going to that course, I had started freelancing as a translator, as an interpreter.
Okay.
And that kind of helped show my parents that it's not going to be completely, uh,
Yeah,
not
it
going to
would be
be
a
completely a
hobby.
fluke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will work, something will work.
Yes. Yeah, because that's what it translates, right? That people feel it's like a hobby, chalo side mein seekh lo. But then finding remuneration from this is the most difficult part. And so you mentioned that you went to Japan for 1 year. So what did you do there? You taught students, or were you working there?
So basically, this is it's kind of a language and culture course which the Japanese government offers, and it's like you have to apply from your university. You have to give exams. You have to give
Okay.
interviews, and if you're selected, then you get placed in a Japanese university for a year, and you learn different aspects, like maybe linguistics, maybe literature, maybe Japanese language teaching.
Mind blowing. This is something that I didn't know. So this is something that you can apply online, or they come to your university and let you know that this is something that you can do. This is something.
It usually keeps on changing, but I think
Okay.
they have all of the details on the website of the Japanese embassy in Mumbai for our zone.
Okay. So anybody can go apply. So even if I am learning Japanese and I have reached a certain level, what is the level that I'll have to reach before applying? Is there any specification?
So basically, they keep on changing their rules. Like there
Okay.
may be some change, but mostly it has to be, I think, N3, which is the third level.
Third level. Okay.
And it depends on the course. Some courses need the university to recommend you, and some courses need the embassy to recommend. So there is a lot of procedure involved, but obviously you can always try.
Okay, I will maybe. I don't think I will be learning any more languages. I am done with the languages that I already know. I feel that I'm not so comfortable talking in most of them that I already know. So I think I'll fine tune them first before I delve into Japanese. But anybody who's listening and wants to go to Japan and learn more about it, this is what you have to do. So hopefully we've given the listeners something, a tidbit that they can follow up. So can you teach me a few lines in Japanese? I would like to learn something interesting.
Wow, sure. Yay.
Okay. Let me try. I hope I pronounce it right.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, I know this word you must have heard already. Sayonara.
Yeah, sayonara.
That song.
Right? Yeah, sayonara.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that one.
Okay.
So the meaning of sayonara is just a bit different. It's not like see you soon. It's more like I don't know when I'll see you again. It's
Aww.
more of a goodbye forever kind of a thing.
Oh my god. Okay, the song was completely wrong then. Why was she saying aungi main fir kal?
Not completely. See, what happens is even if like I've met you today and
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know when you're going to meet me next. Oh, like that. Oh, that's what sayonara means. So sayonara. So I can use sayonara. Okay. Anything else that I can learn?
I think you know this word already. Kawaii, the cute
No.
culture of Japan.
This is new for me. Okay. What was that again?
Kawaii.
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 Kawaii. What does that mean?
Kawaii means cute.
Oh, thanks. So I'm kawaii. I didn't know that.
Amrita-san kawaii.
So kawaii sounds more like, you are edible, if you kind of use.
No, not like that. It's not like that.
Because you mentioned that there is connection between Devanagari and other cultures, so I was just trying to connect, but okay.
That's what students do. Oh my god. That's what students keep on doing in the class.
Okay. Okay, so kawaii is cute, sayonara is see you soon, maybe. I mean, see you when I see you.
Yeah, I don't. Sayonara is kind of goodbye. I don't know when I will meet you again.
Yeah. See you when I see you. I'll see you when I see you. Kind of. Okay. So I'll use these. I'll just tell people that I'm kawaii, that is, I'm edible, and I'm cute, and also sayonara. But it's not sayonara for you people because we're going to continue with the next question. First question that comes to my mind is I have seen the Japanese letter, and it is very confusing, right? When you look at it, the kind of, it's almost hieroglyphs. It's like a cave painting thing that you had seen in those, history books. Hieroglyphs. So how difficult was it for you to learn it and master it in the first place?
Yeah, so basically, in the beginning, it is a bit difficult because you don't know a lot of kanjis. All you know is some basic kanjis. So that is a bit difficult. But there are a few things. There is a lot of logic behind these kanjis as well. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be ever thirsty for learning more kanjis. So I think the stories, the logic behind it, that helped me, understand kanjis better slowly.
Okay.
So there's a story behind every alphabet, is what you're saying. Is it called an alphabet, or it's called kanji?
No, Japanese has two other scripts, and the third one is kanji.
Okay, so there are 3 scripts in total in Japanese.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And when you're looking at a Japanese passage, then you'll see all of these 3 scripts together.
Okay, so how many scripts? You had to learn all 3 scripts.
You have to learn all 3 scripts if you want to. If you want to learn Japanese, yes, you have to learn all.
Oh my god.
God, okay, so it's highly confusing.
It's not that difficult. No.
It's not that
No.
difficult.
I will trust you because I have not learned the language, so I'm just going to trust you and go with your gut. And I'm just going to assume that it's a very easy language to learn. So how much time did it take for you to master the language?
So I won't say I am a master even now,
Okay.
because there's always something more that you can learn from any language, even your own, even any language that you're really comfortable with. So for me to get working level efficiency, it took me 3 to 4 years.
Okay. 4 years.
And then, yeah,
Okay.
because see, what happens is, it's not just about being able to read it or being able to understand it. Language is also about how you can speak it
Correct.
and how you understand it from the person who's speaking with you.
Okay. So it took you almost 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years. Okay. Okay, so well, it's a long-term investment if you want to learn the language and become really efficient in it. And so, what is the thing that you love the most about Japanese culture apart from kanji?
Okay, you got that. Yeah, okay. uh, so there's one more thing that I love about the Japanese, and that is their attention to details.
Okay.
So you'll like you'll I'll give you an example. So there are these manhole covers, right? Sewage covers that we
Right, right.
have in all cities.
Hmm.
So in almost all countries except Japan, these sewage covers will have a standard pattern to them, right? Of the company, of the sewage
Correct.
company.
Correct. And it'll have symbols stating what is there underneath. Yeah.
Exactly, correct. So obviously in Japan, it will have those like the technical symbols also, because that's their function, right? But they like all these manhole covers in Japan, they have motifs related to the culture of that particular city, culture of that particular area.
Okay.
This is something which I like. I collected over 18 manhole covers.
What?
18, 1 8, 1 8. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
the pictures of
Pictures.
Thank God. I thought you just stole manual covers and ran away.
no, I won't do that. They won't come off. I'd have to.
Like, I
Not that I
love
thought of. Not that I thought of.
it and run away.
No. Yeah. So people do that. People take cloth and they. I think they print the cover onto their like some cloth, maybe T-shirts or something.
Okay.
That kind of things are like
That
going
is
on.
fine.
That is fine. As long as you don't run away with the manual covers, it is fine. No problem.
No, so I didn't either. I just took pictures.
Okay.
So yeah, but I love this. Like you're looking, like you're just walking down the road and you spot something colorful, which is a manhole cover. And looking at that, you can understand what this city is all about.
I will have to
I love
Google
that
this.
about it.
I will have to Google.
Yes, manhole covers. Japanese manhole covers.
Yes, I will do that.
I would like to encourage all the listeners to please Google it as well. It's very interesting.
Yes, please do. And please don't run away with them. You can print them out and use it on your t-shirts if you wish. But then you also...
I don't know. I don't know about the legality of that.
Okay, so don't do that as well. Don't do that as well. Don't print it on your t-shirts. Forget I said that. Okay. Himalee, we also, you had also mentioned something called haiku when we were discussing. So can you tell the listeners more about that?
So haiku is basically a Japanese poetry form, short poetry form, where you're supposed to use only 17 syllables.
Okay. 17 syllables, right?
Yeah, only 17 syllables. And it has to have, like there are different types of haiku, but like mostly haikus will have a nature related word, a season related word in it, mostly.
Okay.
So you have to create poetry out of 17 syllables. Do you know anything off the tip of your tongue right now, which you can share?
Matsuo Basho is a very famous haiku poet of Japan. Like I'm a big fan of his because most of his poetry is related to nature. Yeah, so basically Matsuo Basho, he went to the northeast of Japan. He went walking.
Okay.
And like every place he stopped, he made a haiku there.
Okay.
And all of those haiku are very, very, and haiku is usually open to interpretation. Like, depends. I mean, what the haiku poet has written, you can interpret something completely different.
Okay, done. So let me see what I interpret.
So this is basically 5-7-5. There have to be 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second one, and 5 in the end.
Okay.
Okay. So there is one more here, of his, which I remembered right now. So the meaning is, even a thatched hut may change with a new owner into a doll's house.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So
Right.
basically, so everyone can take a different interpretation from this.
Yeah, I completely understand. Like, when I heard this, what I thought of was maybe everyone has different perspectives. So it is quite possible that people can look at positive things when everything is going south, or there can be people who look at the thing negatively even when everything is blossoming. So it completely is open to interpretation, open to perspectives. Everyone has different ones, and well, that's the beauty of life, right? That is the beauty of having humans around. Everyone looks at things differently. So thank you for sharing that. That was quite interesting. So then, how is it? How do you feel when you're teaching the language to people and interacting with them? How is your experience in teaching and translation?
Yes. So, first of all, I love being a student.
Okay.
So, for me, the atmosphere of a university or like teaching is a very it's something I love. I hold close to my heart. So I love teaching, and what I like most about it is it always keeps me fresh. And uh, like when I'm teaching students, I find out that they have their own way of studying. They have their own way of understanding things that I understood in a different way altogether. So I like this, discovering new things, new ways of approaching the same thing, and doing what language is supposed to be doing, communicating. So
Right.
I love that about teaching.
Okay, I guess so, because when you teach one, you learn one, it is revision because you have to go back to what you have learned to teach them. And secondly, as you said, that everything is new, right? Every person looks, as according to the haiku, everything has a new perspective. So the way people might look at a lesson is completely different from what you teach, and that gives you new perspective. So how did you learn the language, considering the fact that there is hardly anyone in our surroundings who speaks the tongue?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So in the beginning, all we had was our classroom, right? So like
Right.
the course that you were enrolled in, uh, Japanese you speak only inside the classroom. And like though the courses are made in such a way that even outside the classroom they encourage us to keep on speaking Japanese with our friends, our classmates. So that is a very good spoken practice that we do have in all the courses.
Okay.
And these days many people have also started spoken practice classes.
Okay.
So
So that is
but
how you learn.
yeah, that is one other way of doing it. What I did was I used to watch dramas
Okay.
with subtitles.
Subtitles is cheating, yeah. Subtitles is cheating because you know what the what the meaning is.
Yeah, but it helps a lot when you're learning. When you don't
It
know a
does.
lot,
It does. It does. It does. I agree.
then subtitles help a lot.
I agree. I was just pulling your leg. I completely agree with you. Okay, so you used to watch a lot of dramas with subtitles, and you used to talk to a lot of friends who were in the same classroom. So that helped you a lot in learning the language. So, what is the scope of working as a freelancer, and how did you get in touch with clients initially?
It is a bit difficult to find clients, which is the case with freelancing everywhere, I guess, not just
Yes.
for languages. So what I relied on in the beginning was word of mouth.
Okay.
After that, I used LinkedIn.
Okay. You
Like
use
I
LinkedIn.
updated my profile. Yeah, I started reaching out to people on my own, like messaging them, visiting them if possible.
And that is how you got in touch. Okay.
Some of my own teachers and seniors also helped me as well. The word of yes.
Okay, so just in case if somebody wants to start out, like for example, if I want to start out as a freelancer, the best way would be to create a LinkedIn profile and also let other people know that I am in the business, so that if by chance something comes along, I get to know about it. Do you have to create a profile somewhere, so that people can get in touch with you easily? Apart from LinkedIn, do you have a profile, like a small website where you have done a little bit of translations and people know that this is something that you do?
Okay. So you want to see my work, if possible,
Yeah,
right?
if I'm getting in touch with you as a new person, as a new client.
Mm, if you're getting in touch with me as a client,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So on LinkedIn, obviously,
Okay.
I don't think anywhere else
Acha,
on my resume.
you don't have it.
No, I haven't put it anywhere else. No, I haven't.
Okay. So assuming that I'm a client and I get in touch with you for some freelancing project. So and I tell
Yeah.
you, can you send me where can I see your work? So you just send me previous links of whatever you've done, which is online.
Yeah, or
That
mostly
works.
they send me a sample and I
Acha.
have to translate their sample for them because they're different domains.
Correct.
So,
That helps a
they'll
lot.
send me a sample. Yeah, and I'll give them. And if they're happy with the sample, then they give me the assignment.
Okay. Interesting. So then anybody who wants to do freelancing, that's the way to do it. So is there
Yeah.
anything that you do every day to stay relevant in this ever-changing market to keep on learning and keep on becoming better in the language?
Mm, yes, because staying updated is kind of like the necessity of the time. So I keep on updating myself with whatever technology is being used for translation these days. Machine
Okay.
translation is in quite a boom these days. So I make sure that I can use some certain machine translation softwares as well. Um, then yeah, this thing happened just recently, last month. So there was a requirement for transcription.
Right.
Now, transcription is a bit different than translation. It's basically like I'll listen to a video or I'll listen to a live conversation. I will note down whatever has been said. I'll translate that to Japanese or vice versa.
Okay.
And the end product is what I've translated.
Correct.
So I'd never done this before, but like I did a few tiny assignments related to transcription, and because of that, now I'm doing one assignment fortnightly, one transcription assignment fortnightly.
Oh my god, that's very difficult actually.
Because I hadn't done it before, but I wanted to. So I approached these people and I told them that can you please send me samples at least, and if you people are okay with it, then I will continue.
Oh my god, because I did try transcription once. I mean, I didn't do it. I just wanted to see what it is, so I just tried it once. So one, it is very important to know what they're saying. Sometimes it's very difficult and it's inaudible. So first you have to listen to what they're saying, then type it out, and then finally, give them the end result that, oh, this is how it sounds. Plus, you have to make sure that the grammar is right, because when we are speaking, sometimes we tend to, make grammatical mistakes because we are not that good. So that is not allowed in transcription. So you have to make sure that whatever is being said is transcribed right, grammatically correct, and readable for the audience. So that's a difficult task. Kudos to you that you're doing it. Yeah, kudos to you. I have one app. I don't know whether it is useful for you. It is called Live Transcribe. I don't know whether you're using it.
Live transcribe.
Yeah, it's an app. It's an app on the phone, and you just have to keep the phone next to the speaker from wherever the sound is coming, and it just transcribes. Yeah, there is of course a lot of grammatical mistakes. I mean, of course, there are flaws. It's a machine after all. Even humans are imperfect, so of course there is some kind of imperfection in the hearing of the app. So there might be certain details that it doesn't hear right, and it transcribes it in a very funny way, which is fun to read later on. But that you can edit.
That's the best part.
Yeah, that's the best part. You read it, it's the interpretation is really funny, but then it's good. It's something that you can use, and something if anybody's transcribing, they can also use, because I tried it. Himalee, I would like to ask you any message that you would like to give people who want to learn a foreign language, and what is the scope and everything?
Many people ask me about the scope of, this language or that language. What is the scope of this language? Taking this language, will it be helpful? So, I understand where this is coming from. You want to be sure that what you're investing is getting returns.
Correct.
So that's correct. That's completely understandable. But the thing is, scopes of different languages, they keep on changing. Depending upon the political scenario, the international relations, etc. So the scope keeps on changing. If you ask me, instead of focusing on which language has more scope, what students should focus on is which language can you really get good at, which language can you master,
Correct.
which language are you ready to put all your efforts into. Because your prospects, your career prospects, or your language skill, it's going to be directly proportional to your interest in that language and how much you invest into it. It's not going to be like this language is easy, that language is difficult, you take this language and everything will be settled. So that's not how it works. You have to check if it's working for you, or you have to decide to yourself that I'm going to make it work. So it's like that, if you ask me.
Okay. So then basically an interest in the language is very important. If you have an interest in the language only, then can you move forward in that subject? Because if you just choose the language based on, what is the market trend, then the trends keep on changing. There's nothing that is constant. Change is the only thing that is constant. So interest is something that will outlast the change. So it's better to be interested in the language than, choose something that is trending.
Yes.
Agreed, Himalee, for sure. So, Himalee, I am coming to the final question of the podcast. It is called, what is your definition of settled? What does settled mean to you? Yeah, I know that's the most difficult question of all.
Like, getting settled is something that you're going to hear a lot,
Correct.
if you're over 25, everyone's going to ask you, when are you going to get settled? But if you ask me, no one knows what being settled is for someone else. Everyone will have a different definition for that.
Correct.
If you ask me, I think being settled is, being able to take care of your own problems, whatever they are. Then, being able to help your near and dear ones, keeping your career, your goals on track,
Okay.
and basically not settling for anything just because it's there. But, having this interest is very important.
Thank you, Himalee. I think our listeners will take away a lot from this. And thank you so much for sharing your journey. Thank you for talking about Japanese and your interest and how unsettled you were before choosing this language. And thank you for sharing your journey of unsettling with me.
Yes, thanks a lot, Amrita. I love this because it helped me understand my thoughts better as well. So thanks.
Yes, it does, because you retrospect and then that is how you come to the conclusion that, hey, this is what my journey was so far. And that's a good thing to be, good place to be, to know your journey, know where you come from and where you're headed towards. So thank you so much for doing this. And is there any place where people can get in touch with you just in case they want to know more about the language or want to learn Japanese from you?
Yes, so I am on Facebook as Himalee Adhav. I'm on Instagram with the same name.
Okay.
And obviously on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So these are the 3 places where you can get in touch with her. And if you wish, I will be adding the links in the description so that anybody who wishes to talk to her and learn more about her or the language, you can definitely get in touch with her. So thank you so much, Himalee, for doing this with me. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Amrita.
Hi! If you can hear this, that means you have reached the end of the episode. So like, share, subscribe, follow. Stay tuned to Unsettling. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can always reach out to me on my Instagram page, Amrita Sukumar _unsettling, or send me an email on podcast.unsettling.as@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.